Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since we put up a video. If you guys follow me on Facebook at texasdragracing.com or Instagram at texasdragracing, then you know that we've been in Phoenix, Arizona for work for pretty much the whole week. So I haven't been able to touch any of the cars. Today we're gonna work on the blue Chevelle. So the blue Chevelle has not been moved since we took it to that show that we worked so hard to get the car to a few weeks back. It's basically been sitting here. If you guys notice, Turtle is gone. That's our other 72 Chevelle, the green one. Man, safety glasses on for safety. The car sold really fast, guys. I thought, you know, being that the car had a lot of rust and it had a brown door and the roof was patinaed, you know, I thought, man, that car is gonna sit for a while. And it really blew my mind when the car sold within a day and a half. I mean, actually, within 45 minutes of me sharing the car, maybe even earlier than that, I had the guy message me, and his first message to me was, "Hey, send me your phone number." And I was like, you know, I don't know. I kind of ignored it. And then a while later, after reading some more messages and dealing with more people that wanted more pictures and more videos and all that stuff, the guy sent me another message and he says, "Hey man, is the car for sale or not? You know, send me your number." So I said, "Well, send me your number and I'll call you." And I called him back, and within 10 minutes, he was like, "It's a done deal. I'm coming for it. I'm on my way." Guy drove all the way here from Louisiana. I mean, you know, in one day. He was not kidding when he said he was coming for it. So he showed up. I took him for a ride in it, scared the bejesus out of him in it. He didn't think the car was actually as fast as it was. But any mid 11-second car on the street is going to feel really, really fast. So we got it back, and right away, man, it went straight up on the trailer, paid me my money, my full asking price, and he was gone, happy as can be. So that goes out to all the naysayers. I had a couple of people comment on the video I did on the car. I had a couple of people comment that the car was a piece of junk, the car was a piece of POS. I had a guy say the car wasn't worth more than $7,000. Well, in your face, man, because the car sold at my asking price, and the guy that bought it was happy as can be, and that's all that matters, right? That's all we ask for. So anyway, moving on to what we call, well, let me turn around this way. Moving on to, well, what do we call the car? I haven't come up with a name for it yet. What do you guys think? Anyway, we're going to work on the blue Chevelle. It needs a new radiator. The radiator we have on there, it's pretty old. As you guys saw in one of the previous videos, the radiator was like 20-something years old. The car is running a little bit warmer than I would like. Big block, you know, it runs about 220, 210, but I'm not happy with that. Turtle used to run at about 180 all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing we did to Turtle, which, by the way, Turtle used to overheat all the time as well. When we put the hood on it, we had a real hard time keeping that big block cool. But we did the cold case radiator, and we did the Duraley dual fans, and that was the magic, man. That's what kept the car at 180 all the time. So we're going to do the same thing to this car. I'm also going to redo the timing. I wasn't happy with the way we did the timing. The last time we worked on the car, we just wanted to get it on the road. We wanted to get it to the car show as fast as we could. So I do need to go back and check some bolts, check some brackets, make sure they're tight, make sure nothing came loose. And then, like I said, well, hopefully we'll get that done. It's afternoon. It's after 5 today. So I'm hoping to get all that done today, and then we can take the car for a drive and see if our radiator swap works. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to work. Haven't fired this Chevelle up in a while, so let's see what happens, man. Let's see if she fires up. Make sure the radio doesn't kick on. How about that cool old school Alpine stereo, man? I love that thing. All right, here we go. Few pumps. Make sure it's in park. Oh, A little backfire there. There we go. Oil pressure's coming up. That reminds me, another thing I need to do. I need to hook up the volt gauge for the alternator. That's not connected yet. Actually, it's over here. This one. This is the water one. This is the oil pressure. So yeah, cool. Car fired right up. Let's let it warm up just a little bit. It's a big block. Big blocks tend to run cold, and they like to be warmed up a little bit. They like a little bit of heat in the cylinders, in the rods, and then they smooth out. So let's get it over to the shop side, to the open side, where we can get some air. It's kind of warm today. It's already 97 degrees here in South Texas. So yeah, man, here comes the heat. So anyway, let's work on this real quick, and let's see how fast we can get that radiator swapped out. I may need to run to O'Reilly Auto Parts and get some antifreeze. So let's do this. It is so dirty. Look at that. Look at the hood. Man, the windshield is very dirty. Man, I love these cars, this Chevelle. The power steering on these cars is amazing. I mean, you could literally turn it with one finger. You know, it's so smooth. You know, really easy to turn. And they ride like Cadillacs, man. That's one thing with Chevelles over Camaros or Firebirds or Novas, is that the Chevelles ride like a freaking Cadillac, man. They're awesome. All right. Let's get to work. All right, we got the radiator out. So this is the old radiator. This is a huge radiator. Let's measure the core real quick. So this core is right at 28 3/4 inches. The cold case, this is the cold case radiator. The cold case radiator is right at about 28 and a half inches. Yeah, right at 28 and a half versus 28 3/4. So a little concerned because this fan set is 26 inches. So see how there's a gap on either side? See that? There's actually a pretty good gap on either side. So the one I had on Turtle was actually, the fans were actually 28 inches also. They were right, I mean, they covered the whole area. So I think when I ordered this fan set, I ordered some that I had already ordered before, and I think this is the size that we had on the station wagon, on the Malibu wagon. So the Malibu wagon is a little bit narrower, so I think this is what that was. They should work. I mean, the main difference here is that this radiator is, like I said, it's a 4-core. It's got 4 rows, and this only has 2, but really big rows. So it's not as thick, right? So therefore, the fans will be able to pull air through a lot easier. Let me get the measuring tape again, if it'll cooperate with me. Come on, measuring tape. There we go. So this core is about 3 inches. About 3 also. I guess they're about the same. The only difference again is that this is a 2-row. This is a 2-inch row radiator, and this is a 4-row radiator. So let's see what happens, man. Let's throw it on there. All right, we got the radiator all installed already with the fan. Now we're just filling up the I had some antifreeze I found, so I was able to use that without having to run to the parts store. You guys have ever used one of these from Lyle Tools to fill your radiator? See all that? That's all bubbles coming out. So just gonna fill it up as much as we can. And then the car does have a thermostat, so then we have to turn the car on until the thermostat opens, and then we'll have to add more water. So now, all the water obviously didn't come out of the block, so there's still some water in the block. When the water stops moving, all right, let's get some more water. All right, so far so good. I've had it idling for a little while now. It's still sitting under 180. So the lights in here are not connected. That's another thing I need to do. That's one of the things we didn't do. So none of the lights are connected. We still haven't installed the tach. The lights in here don't work, so I need to figure out why all the bulbs in there don't work. The ones for the AC system work, but the ones in here don't work, so I need to figure out why that is. All right, let's take it for a drive and let's see what happens. So far so good. Still under 180. Still over 60 pounds of oil pressure. Before, even at night, driving it for long distances, it would start to creep up to 190, 200. And right now it seems to be running like right under the thermostat, which is perfect. All right, gave it a couple of little romps, a couple of little hits, first, second gear. Car spins a lot. It'll grab first and second gear. It'll keep spinning, and it's got a 275 60 BM Goodrich on it. But look at that, right at 180, right on the thermostat. Before, you couldn't even try to get on it a little bit because right away the temperature would start to climb. So this is good stuff, man. I love it whenever you spend the money to work on something and it actually works for you. So anyway, let's get back to the shop. All right, we're back at the shop. Look at that, right at 180, man. Oil pressure is about 45, close to 50 pounds. That's another thing it was doing before. I mean, as we were backing in to the shop to get the car, you know, back inside, man, like it would get up to like 200, 210. Just trying to get the car inside. And right now, sitting right at 180. All right, let's get it inside. Hashtag winning. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Cold Case Radiators. If you guys are having overheating issues on your muscle car, your hot rod, whatever you own, check out Cold Case Radiators. They have their own website. And then I usually get mine through Summit Racing, but what I do is I'll go to Cold Case to their website, and I'll get the part number from them off their website. Then I just go to Summit and get the part number off of there, and then I order from Summit directly because, you know, free shipping, and they usually get stuff to us, you know, almost overnight. So That's pretty cool. So yeah, man, I'm extremely happy. The blue Chevelle is 180 all the way, man. Pulled it into the shop and it sat at 180 the whole time. So I'm extremely happy about that. I was getting kind of worried. To be honest, I thought we might have a busted head gasket or something, but after we purged the system, after I used that loud tool to get all the air bubbles out of the block and out of the radiator, I mean, it was perfect, man. It was, you know, no issues at all. Gave it a couple of good romps. Car's fast, man. I need to do a daytime video. I wouldn't say it's as fast as Turtle, as the green Chevelle was, but it's got to be somewhere in the mid 12s maybe. The only thing is that it does spin a lot. It doesn't have direct radials on it. So, you know, but it does have brand new B of Goodrich radial TAs on it, 275 60s. But it blows them off, man. First gear is no good. Second gear, I mean, it'll spin until it hits the limiter. So, you know, anyway, that's we're gonna end this video right here. This took a little bit longer than I thought it would. Maybe just some of that little fabrication we had to do. I didn't even get to mess with the timing, but honestly, the car's running great. I'm just gonna leave it alone. So anyway, that's it. We're gonna end this video right here. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.